if I had to go through a divorce again and was starting all over with the process, these are the things that I would do to speed up my development, speed up my progress, really help me heal faster, and just become a better version of myself. I made a video just now about, women on TikTok or Instagram talking about how they regret leaving their husbands. Their plan did not work out. And my major takeaway from this was, yeah, okay, that sucks for you, but as a man, you're not responsible for their plans. You need to heal yourself. You need to become a better version of yourself so that you can be prepared for your next relationship. And it got me thinking, okay, if this happened to me again, what are the steps that I was taking that helped me live a better life? But what would I do to start so that I didn't waste, months of time just wallowing around, waiting for her while she's already out living she's already got her plan. She's already living her life. Many guys, spend months, years wondering what went wrong, what's she doing, could I ever get her back? Well, she's already living her life. She's got her plan. And these women who are making these TikTok videos, their plan did not work out, so now they want their ex back. And I don't want that to happen to you. If your wife left you, or if she wants the divorce, or you guys are just ending a relationship, whatever, that means at that point in time, she does not want you. She wants to go off and do her own plan. And there's nothing you can do about it. Best thing you can do is say, okay, I grant you this sucks, but screw you, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do what I have to become a better version of myself. So these are the things that I would do if I was starting over after divorce. Again, these are things that I have been doing that really changed my life. But if this is something that you're going through now, start taking these actions. I think they'll really help you out. The first thing being is you need to develop a morning routine. It doesn't have to be anything difficult. You just want to start your day off with wins. So easiest thing you can really do is just start making your bed. If your bed is messy, your room is messy, and just making your bed just starts off with that little win. This is what I did. I started making my bed, and then I found new things that I could do to improve, just to get some wins accumulated through the day. So I would make my bed, then I would take a cold shower, just like 2 seconds, get my hair wet so I can comb it. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to take a 2-minute cold shower. Then I would meditate for 5 minutes. That's what I do now. And then I drink a big glass of apple cider vinegar with water. So my morning routine is not anything crazy. I used to have it where I would do all this stuff, then I'd go for a run, then I'd work out, then I'd do the sauna, and by then it's like a 3-hour morning routine, which got to be excessive. I did want to focus on work. A lot of people do work, so you don't want to just have your entire morning taken up. So yeah, just start small. Just start with a little routine of cold shower. I mean, you don't have to do cold shower, but just at a minimum, make your bed. Like, that's an immediate way to start your day off with a win. Then, while you're in the middle of your day, like you're working, I was working while I was going through a divorce, and I was very distracted. I did not put a lot of effort into my job. That was a common occurrence even before the divorce, but especially when she told me she was leaving me, I had to go to work the next day, and I could not focus. I couldn't focus for months, really. I mean, at least for sure for weeks. I didn't eat. I couldn't really sleep. So I'm just kind of a zombie at work. And I wasn't really focusing on any of the positives. I wasn't grateful for anything. Everything I was thinking about was, why did she leave? Is she happy with this new boyfriend? Are they going to get married? Are they going to get together? Is there anything I can do to get her back? Well, what are the mistakes I made? It wasn't anything that was ever positive. I was always focused on the negative. And if you're familiar with the reticular activating system, it's what your brain focuses on. So if you focus on negative things, you're going to feel negative. You're going to attract more negativity into your life. So when I'm thinking of this stuff, just being very negative, I'm not being very social. I'm not attracting positive people into my life. I'm not attracting good things into my life. Whereas if I started focusing on things that I could be grateful for, I mean, I'm still healthy. I'm still alive. I still have I still do have a job. I guess this goes back to, I've mentioned in previous videos, Zig Ziglar talks about how a woman got $1 million because she was using this cream and it got in her eye and she went blind. And his point is, would you give up your eyesight for $1 million? Me, personally, absolutely not. So in that case, my eyes are worth $1 million, absolutely more than $1 million. That makes you think like, oh, I'm very grateful I still have my sight. If you lost your legs in a car accident and you got $10 million from the auto company, is that worth it to not be able to walk again? No, not to me. Like, I'm very grateful for my legs. I'm grateful I can go for a walk. I'm grateful I can stand up without any issues. So you just start thinking of these little things. Like, once you start focusing on gratitude, it sounds pretty, when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's not that big a deal. But if you can really feel it in your body that I am grateful for this stuff, think about it. Imagine your life without your eyesight. Imagine your life without your hands. Imagine your life without your arms. Imagine, and that's just your everyday stuff. Now just think of the how grateful things that you can do without your spouse. For me, it was kind of a relief that I could come home and do anything I wanted. I didn't have to have her come home and hear about her day. I didn't have to make sure she was, having a good day, that she wasn't in a bad mood. I was able to go out and meet new friends. I was able to go socialize. I was able to start setting goals for myself. When you're married, your goals have to align with each other. I can't just decide like I'm gonna start traveling if I'm married, like that affects her too. So think of some of the positive things throughout the day. What can you be grateful for? Just take, 5 minutes, write down at least 5 things you're grateful for. Keep this in a notebook, keep it on your computer. I have a habit tracker that I do where every day I just do 5 things that I'm grateful for. You really want to feel the gratitude. Like, okay, I am very grateful that I do now have the freedom. Like for me, I have the freedom to travel whenever I want. I have the freedom to date the girls that I want. I don't have to be in a relationship that doesn't serve me anymore. There's a lot of things that I ignored, a lot of red flags that I didn't know how to handle, I didn't know how to put up with. And now I'm grateful that I've learned these experiences. I've learned that I don't want to be in this kind of relationship. So gratitude in the afternoon. I know you still got work to do. You still got your responsibilities, whatever that is. So these are just very small steps that will progress you towards feeling better about the situation, making you realize that there is more to life, that, yes, divorce sucks. It's unfortunate. No one wants to go through it. But you can find that there's a lot of positives. I didn't want to go through divorce, but I think deep down I did, because I knew I wasn't happy. I knew there was issues. There's been several times where we could have broken up, but we didn't, because I couldn't make a definite decision that it was over. So then we just kind of reconciled a little bit. She probably lost a lot of respect for me because I couldn't stand up for myself. And then when she told me that it was over, she had made the decision that, nope, this is it. This is a hard stop. It hurt a lot. I felt very rejected. It sucked. For months I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't get past it. But now that it's over, I'm grateful that it's over. Like, I realized that I was not happy. I was just staying with her out of scarcity, out of not wanting to be alone, not wanting to make that difficult decision. But I knew deep down I wasn't happy. I loved her and we got along together, but that doesn't mean we were compatible. That didn't mean we should always be together. So yeah, there's a doggy running around. It kind of distracted me. Hey, puppy. But yeah, so divorce sucks. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but if you look at the situation, maybe everything wasn't so good. So practice some gratitude and yeah, it'll make you feel better throughout the day. And then, so you got your morning routine set up so that you're winning before your day even starts. Then you have your just mid-afternoon, it's something easy. Just start practicing gratitude. And then in the evenings, what I did was I went to the gym, because the better in shape you are, just the more healthier you are, the more value you do have. It makes you feel good about yourself too when you see that the hard work you're doing is paying off. Your body just feels better. You just feel overall just in better shape. So definitely go to the gym. It's something that has really changed my life. Even if you're just going for a couple minutes, a bad day at the gym is better than no day at the gym. Another thing that I do while I'm at the gym, or like in your car, I guess I could have mentioned this too, like when you're driving to and from work, listen to audiobooks. It doesn't sound like it does a lot, but you do this every day I've been doing this every day for 7 years. Now I have hundreds of books I've listened to, lots of positive messages. You just start thinking of things differently. People that I really recommend are David Goggins' The Can't Hurt Me book, or The Never Finished. If you listen to that on Audible, like it's kind of a mix of a podcast and an audiobook, it's not only motivating, but it opens your eyes to just so much more that you could be doing, that life is not easy, things happen, you just deal with it. And I fucking love those books. I listen to those probably 3 times a year. But like Zig Ziglar, just to give you positive messages to start your day. What goes into your mind is, what you think about. Positive inputs equals positive results. Listen to some audiobooks. It doesn't take a lot of work. Like, you just do that while you're driving to work instead of music. It does take a little bit to get used to, because music is fun. But for me, I have a playlist of music that I listen to at the gym. It's the same songs I've listened to a million frickin' times. Half the times I skip them to get to another song. Like, I could just be using that time more valuably. So that's something to be aware of. So you got that, you got the gym. And then at the end of the day, journal. What are some things that went well for you that day? Focus on positive stuff. This is going to be a tough time for you if you're going through a divorce now, or if you're still kind of recovering, trying to heal. It's easy to focus on the negative stuff. It's easy to focus on the things that didn't work out, or the things that she's doing, the things that you wish you would have done better, and you just kind of focus only on the negative stuff, where the gratitude will come in. But then also, when you focus at the end of the day, like, what did I do well today? What are some wins that I had? And you can kind of see, maybe you didn't have that many wins today, and maybe that's going to open your eyes to, oh shit, maybe I can start doing more today. Maybe I can do a couple extra reps at the gym. Maybe I should go to the gym more often. Maybe I could cut down TV a little bit less. So you do the 3 things that went very well, or just that you were proud of. Then you do 3 things that you can improve on. We don't want to call them negatives, because it's not negative. It's just something that you realize that you can work on to just improve yourself. Because awareness is the first step. If you're not aware of the things that are preventing you from being where you want to be, or preventing you from moving on, you can't really change that. So absolutely make sure you're stating things that you can improve. And then one thing you could do the next day so that you could get a win. So if you're already making your bed in the morning, is there something you could do to add to your morning routine that would be easy, that would get you a win? Start thinking of this stuff. It just helps you realize that you can grow as a person. This was something that for the longest time I didn't realize, which, it sounds dumb, but I just did not think I could improve myself. I did not think I knew I wasn't social. I knew I wasn't very outgoing. I knew I wasn't charismatic. And I just assumed that's who I am. I'm the quiet kid. I'm like my dad. I don't talk to people. And so I stuck with that mindset for a long time. But as I'm watching useful content, as I'm writing down like ways I can improve, like maybe I could just talk to one extra person tomorrow. Like that really just opened my eyes to like, okay, I see the progression now. I started with just making my bed, then I started with just the apple cider vinegar, then I added in the cold shower, and then like you just continue to progress, and you continue to find ways to improve, and you start seeing what is possible, and then you can start setting more goals for yourself. Like, okay, I did do this, what else could I do? So in the evenings, try to work out, go to the gym, go for a long walk. I would recommend just throughout your day listening to audiobooks that are positive, that they teach you things. They help you grow as a man. I have a lot of book recommendations that I can give you that really just changed my mindset in regards to overall mindset. There's books on relationships. There's books on how to socialize with people. There's just so much out there that maybe you're not aware that's out there. Like I didn't know for a long time. I didn't do any of this stuff. My focus was video games and TV and music videos, like just nothing that was teaching me anything. So do that with your journaling. What I use is Evernote. I found that to be very helpful. You can keep track of everything that you've done over years. So I have journal entries from 2018 when I first started getting into, keeping track of my habits, keeping track of what went well, writing down like what happened throughout my day, like keeping a journal. And then I look back on it, 7 years later, there's days where, I had a crazy night out or I had an interesting date, and you just look back on this like, oh, that was kind of interesting. I'm glad I wrote that down. I might not have ever remembered that. So that's something that I recommend as well. I think if you just start with those things to space out your day. So morning routine, gratitude throughout the day, audiobooks, and then at night get some fitness in, or socializing also, I guess I will mention. I would go to, I didn't want to be alone. I was alone for a long time after the divorce for like 3 months, like trying to heal, not going out, not socializing, not trying to find dates. I was just trying to heal. So what that meant to me was I'm sitting at home at 7 o'clock after I've gone to the gym. I'm like, okay, well, 7 o'clock, I don't have anything to do. She's out with her boyfriend. She's already has her plan. She's living her life. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, I don't have friends right now. I'm not any closer to dating. So it took a couple months, but then I realized like, okay, I can start going to trivia nights. I can start going to meetups. I can start going to concerts on the weekends, like things that I wanted to do. And when I was there, I would just make sure to talk to at least 2 people. It doesn't have to be a great conversation. It's just got to be, hey, how are you? My name's John. What I would do is, the way I made friends initially was I would go to trivia nights and just say, hey guys, I know this is pretty random. I'm looking for a trivia team. Do you mind if I join you guys? And I think 90% of the time they said, yeah, that's fine, that's great. And then you meet some new people, you start to practice your socializing, gets you out of the house, you feel better. But that's up to you if that's your goals. My goal was to be more social, so it was important for me to take small steps to get that way, because I knew by being social, I would put myself in the position to meet new attractive women. It would get me to help grow as a person. And I mean, I was 35 when I got divorced, so at 35, I didn't have the social circle to introduce me to new people, so I had to go do it myself. I had to go build up this social circle because I knew I wanted to meet quality women, and I wasn't gonna do that if I was sitting at home. So hopefully those things help you. If you are struggling with divorce, I understand, I mean, it sucks. It's not easy. The video I made yesterday where the girls talking about, they wish they had their husbands back. I think that reverts more to their plan that they had for themselves didn't work out. You don't want to be their backup. You don't want to be their backup, I guess their backup plan. They left you. They did not want you. You might not have wanted them either, but the fact of the matter is you guys are getting divorced. I guess if it's your decision, maybe you didn't want her, so maybe this will be easier to move on from. But if she left you, that means she did not want you. And it sucks. It really fucking sucks. It hurts a lot. You're gonna have a lot of pain. You wanna make sure you heal. But the facts are, she did not want you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Wish her the best. Wish her, grant her the divorce. Have fun, move on. And then take steps to build a better version of yourself. It is absolutely possible. You just have to be able to envision it. You have to be able to start taking steps to progress. If you're just sitting at home, worried about what she's doing, wondering, can I get her back? You're not focused on things that you can do to improve yourself. And for me, I did that for months. I let myself go. I wasn't working out. I was just sitting around at home, absolutely not being productive, still eating terribly, wishing she would come back. But in all honesty, I was not happy. I did not probably want her back. There's just a lot of friction, red flags from both of us. I'm not saying it's just we We just weren't right for each other, and we made it work as long as we could. I think the thing that hurt the most was that she had her plan and immediately took off. That's what hurt. So if she left you, she has her plan. She probably didn't just leave on a whim. So find your new plan. Focus on what your plan is going to be. What are you going to do to improve yourself? She's gone. She didn't want you. What can you do to become better today, tomorrow, years from now? I don't know how old you are if you're watching this. I was 35 when I was divorced. At the time, I thought I was too old to really do anything. But now that I'm on this progress and on this journey, you just realize what is possible for yourself. You realize you don't even need women in your life. For me, it's preferable. I do love women. I do love that energy. So that's my goal still, is to be with attractive women. I do want kids. I do want a healthy relationship. So I'm always working towards that. And I'm getting there by improving myself and becoming a better version of myself, recognizing what I do want, what I don't want. And I'm not gonna just settle again. It's not worth that pain or that dread of being in a relationship where you just feel trapped. I felt trapped a lot. Coming home from work, having to hear victim mentality stories, getting guilt tripped because I didn't do something, or I've gone into all this before. I can link those videos, but I don't know. I hope this helped you guys. I want to see you succeed. These are the steps that I took. It took me much longer than I wanted. I wish I would have started this much sooner. It's something that, maybe you just forget a couple days. I'm probably not as consistent with it as I could be still. But in the initial phases, this is absolutely what got me to progress to becoming, over the divorce, being grateful that it is over. I can wish her the best now. I'm not worried about what she's doing with her boyfriend. I've lived my life. I've traveled. I've had great relationships. So I don't need to worry about what her plans are. So I'll leave it there. I guess this is going to be Sunday that you see this. I filmed two on a Friday. I wanted to take off Saturday so I can just be off the grid. No cameras, no video editing, no apps, none of that stuff. So we're going to go out in nature. We're going to see what happens. Just recharge. I will be back with a new video on Monday. I'm going to post every day for 90 days. That's my commitment. It was originally 30 days. Then I got to 60 days. Now I'm just going to do 90 days. So 3 months solid. It's been going very well so far. I really appreciate the comments, everybody watching. I hope this stuff has been helpful for you guys. I want to give you as much value as I can, because these are the things that, I really struggled with when I was first going through this. So I didn't really have the support system that I think I would have liked. I felt like I was doing a lot of it on my own. So hopefully this helps you guys. Let me know in the comments things that you do to help you progress through divorce, or did help you get over your divorce. Or I guess in the comments what you want to see more of. I'm trying to come up with the videos every day. So if you can give me some great ideas, that would be much appreciated. I guess I will leave it there. I'm going to go home now, go make some lunch. Then I'm going to go hit the gym, cold plunge, sauna. I really started focusing on my health more recently, like with diet and everything. I did start working out as soon as I got divorced. That's been tremendous. I do notice that, obviously, I used to be 220 pounds. That was way too heavy, but I definitely noticed that I feel better when I work out. I do feel more attractive. Women notice it. And, it just ups your SMV. So continuing to do what I can to improve my health, do things that I don't want to do, just become a better version of myself. All of that, yeah. So we'll leave it there. Enjoy your day.